G'day guys, how you going? Another video series. Today we're going to be looking at physics, and we're actually going to be looking at circuits and circuit symbols. Okay, so let's start with the obvious, and that's, well, what the hell is a circuit? Well, a circuit in physics is a conductive path in which electricity can flow, starting and ending at the same point, which is usually a battery or a cell. Okay, we use circuits inside all of our electronics, your houses, your cars, your Nintendo 64s, all of this. Okay, if there is no path for electricity to flow, if that path is broken at any point, for example, if you had a wire powering your headphones or something, if that got cut or broken, they would stop working because electricity couldn't flow through the electronic object. Okay, we represent them in effectively using these circuit symbols. Okay, in order to make it a little bit easier for us to draw, we represent them quite simply with these symbols just here. Now, if we look at this circuit, what would happen is we'd have electrons in the wires and they would flow through the circuit just like that. And as they flow past things like a bulb, they will give them energy and power them to either, light up in the case of a bulb or a light, or make noise in terms of our speakers. You do need to know these symbols, right? There are many circuit symbols that you should know for GCSE physics. Ideally, you should know all of these symbols that are on the right here. These are all the symbols that you need to know. Okay, ideally, know them all. However, I want to sort of walk you through the most common symbols that you will see on a foundation paper, okay? And these are switches. You are extremely likely to see switches both open and closed. You are likely to see cells or batteries, okay, and have to be expected to be able to draw them as well, okay? You are likely to see resistors, lamps, voltmeters and ammeters, and these sort of 7 things are the most likely circuit symbols that you will see on a foundation paper. I'm not saying that you won't be asked about the others, but the core of them that you need to know are these 7. Okay, ideally know them all, however. All right, and those are the circuit symbols that you need to know. Okay, all right, so the reason we use these circuit symbols is because we can't all be as good at drawing as Mr. Selby is, and this creates problems. For example, if you ask Mr. Watkins to draw what is on the left there, wouldn't stand a chance, all right? So what we do as simple scientists that we are, is we try and make this easier for ourselves. And so what you see on the right here is exactly the same as this circuit on the left. You've got a battery, you've got a conductive wire, all right? You've got switches, you've got a switch, and then you've got a bulb or a light, just like you have here. And this is exactly the same thing, but in circuit symbols in order to make it cleaner and easier to see, okay? Which is why we use them. There are 2 types of circuits that you will come across: series and parallel circuits. In a series circuit, there is only one path around the circuit in which electrons can take. So electrons can only go around that one single path. Whereas in a parallel circuit, there's more than one path around the circuit. It splits somewhere. If the circuit splits at any point, it is a parallel circuit. For example, this electron could go down path A all the way through here and go through this light bulb, or this electron could go through path B and go through this bulb just here. And this, at this point here, is where it splits, right? You can literally see the fork or the split in the wire just there, making it a parallel circuit, okay? Remember this, as we'll cover this in more detail in the next video, all right? And that's circuit symbols and circuits. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good one.